Finally, the long and awaited OC video. Well, not really long and awaited, but I have announced months ago of this video on Instagram. I have just let it slide off my shoulders. I've been working on the story for about 2 years. The first time these OCs were made, I actually was with an ex. This OC story has lore on both ends, with the characters and with me, which would be in another video but slightly touched on in this one. Before I even begin, I'd like to say what this video consists of in just some warnings. First off, my equipment isn't really that great. I'm working on a Motorola phone and a headphone mic and CapCut. This is my first video like this, which is very exciting, but also really nerve-wracking. Not so great at editing. Secondly, the story will have some uneasy topics such as experimental hospitals, abuse, family loss, etc. If you have probably handled these subjects, please click off this video, Pookie. This is not for you. I also realize how fast I talk in some of these recordings, so I will leave the document to my kind of script in the description for anyone who is struggling understanding what I am saying or is struggling with the speed of my voice. I genuinely cannot control how fast I talk. I've tried multiple times during all these recordings, so feel free to open the document. Alright, important stuff aside, let's begin. Our story begins with an angel is born, quite literally. Flint Boone was born into a Boone family on a peaceful morning right in their small village in heaven. He was the firstborn and the only born, being a single child. He was an interesting child, always wanting to explore the heavens, even when a war was happening between heaven and hell. The war that was going on was intense, angels being killed just for small suspicions of being demons. Bonet was the type of family to stay in hiding in heaven. They were one of the first families there, but for a much darker reason. They were spies for Lucifer himself, spies just to watch Idis's shoulders and where they have lead. They managed to stay hidden for thousands of years, but after their firstborn, people began to notice them more. Flint would go out into the square and play with the other kids, and parents began to grow suspicious. Who is this kid? They'd never seen him before, and parents usually spread the news when a newborn had entered the world as a blessing. They began to seek who his parents were, asking them questions about their location and who they were. Flint didn't speak until he was 7, so at the time he had no answer. Only a finger point. No one understood him, so I let it aside with a concerning word to Idis. The war went on for years. Flint would watch some of his friends get taken from the square and be killed in an alley. This would cause Flint to have a shallow personality and keep surviving. On his 7th birthday was the day his life turned upside down. As he sat down with his family, they heard a knock on their cottage door. It was Idis's soldiers and Idis himself. The soldiers took his mother and father. He tried to stop them, but Idis grabbed him, hiding his face until they left. After this day, Flint would be raised under Idis's wing. Idis felt something about this kid. He felt like would be a great addition to the castle and would be help with the overall plans of heaven. As he grew up, he was taught a little bit of everything, how to speak to humans, how to fight, but most importantly, how to make them believe. His role was to be sent to Earth to the non-believers of Idis and make them believe and make them worship him. The more people go into heaven, the more powerful and looked heaven will be. The souls were their power count. They would need more than hell. Flint would be the one to save their popularity count. Flint is in the hands of the beholder. He will save us. That was obviously a handful. Obviously, this is a beginning, but I'd like to keep these videos short and interesting. So Flint is one of the main characters and the one that I made. And Connor, which is his significant other, will be a bit longer because he's way more complicated. And yeah, I actually was struggling a lot with saving soldiers. This was actually really fun. For now, I would like to just say some interesting facts about Flint. Flint obviously goes by he, him pronouns. He is a very strict and get work done type of angel. Of course, he works with Idis. That's what he has to do. He doesn't really mind Idis's rules, of course, because he's never really seen anything else be said about Idis's rules, so he doesn't really know the other side of people's opinions. He doesn't really know that his parents are dead. He just knows that they are gone, of course, because he did not see them get killed, but yes, they are dead. Obviously, rip. That's all I really have to say. Flint is one of my favorite OCs, and one of the OCs I've had for such a long time that I will probably never let go because of how hard I've worked on the story. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you would like to continue on with this journey about all my other OCs and how they all tie into a great big story. I'm especially excited about Connor and Idis because they're those two characters are what brings Flint into his character development more than anything else. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.